Hello, everybody. So this week we're going to be researching claims to support our arguments that we're going to be making as a part of our social justice argumentative research paper. So for the essay that you're going to write, you're going to include at least one issue and an argument on that issue supported by claims with evidence sourced from from reputable sources, from places where you can be assured that the information you're getting is verified and that it is corroborated by other sources. So we're going to be looking at research a lot this week and next. And specifically today, what I'd like you to do is use this graphic organizer as a way to formulate your thoughts. So when you have this ACE map, you can either write within here, or you can just use this as a template. So on a different doc, you can write your argument, you can write your claims, you can put your evidence, and then turn that into me through Schoology. But using this ACE map, I think, is a good way to do it because it just kind of puts everything in one place. So if your argument is, let's go with the one we had on the board the other day. Your argument is the federal government should require, or should, let's just say force. That's a better thesis statement. The federal government should force people to get the COVID vaccine. Right? How about, instead of just the statement, we say, in order to maintain public health and reopen the economy safely, the federal government should force people to get the COVID vaccine. All right, so that's your thesis. That's the argument that you're making. And then you would move on to your claims. So the claims are where you essentially tell us the points that that you're trying to make in order to convince us, to persuade us to agree with your argument. So if your supporting claim is one that that people are unlikely to get the vaccine on their own, right? That's one of your supporting claims. What you would then do is find evidence that supports that claim. And so you would go online and you would research that concept, right? Like you just take, essentially copy and paste that into a search bar, or a search for information, for data, for people's, the thoughts and things that they've already sort of thought through when it comes to this. And then you source that evidence down here. So you provide a link and then a synopsis for that evidence. So that's what I'd like for you to do today, is to start with your first claim and research that claim. Now, sometimes as you're doing research on the topic, you'll find claims that have been made that make way more sense than the things that you came up with. So there's no reason you can't change your claim to better fit your argument, especially if there's a lot of research and data already out there on it. So start with a claim, research that claim, and I want at least two sources for each piece of evidence. So this evidence 1A, this box of evidence that says, essentially like, hey, like people have polled those, polled Americans and, asked them if they would get the vaccine. And these are the numbers showing that people are unlikely to get the vaccine on their own. If that's your evidence, then I want two sources, because I want to have that evidence be corroborated by two different sources, so that we can say for certain that it is nearly, undeniably true. And the same thing for the second piece of evidence, two sources for the second piece of evidence as well. And that's what I want you to do today. Just claim one. So take your thesis statement, from the thesis statement assignment, plug that in here as your argument, and then supporting claim 1, evidence with 2 sources, evidence with 2 sources. Again, you can type it on here, or you can just use this as a way to formulate your thoughts, type it on a different doc, and then share that with me or turn it in through Schoology. Yeah, and that's it. That's it for today. So contact me either through Schoology or email or on Remind if you need any assistance or clarification. But that is what I would like you to do for today, Tuesday, the 2nd of February. Happy Groundhog Day. All right, I'll talk to you soon, and have a wonderful Tuesday.